Yeah, it's working. Looks good. I said both broadcasts are up. It looks good, buddy. Well, I must be running a key set. I'm flashing. Alright, I'm not live now. I'm gonna have to ask Lee if this is the same set. Yeah, that's what I need to ask him. So I'm assuming your broadcast will come through on my layer, huh? So I should be in a different room. Your announcing will come through on my broadcast. Yeah, I should probably be in my own room then. Yeah, copy that. Alright, I'll be in the MaxSpeed channel then. Actually, it probably doesn't matter for your announcing to come right through, and does it? Save
I'm
it.
just announcing.
Alright, I'm live again then. I'll just, I'm going out on track. They're going to qualify in 30 seconds here. I think. Maybe not. Shouldn't be a problem.
All right, welcome here to Bark Competition Karting, running here at Atlanta tonight, 160 laps. We're going to try to get down here. We're going to watch these guys as they're getting ready to qualify. We'll just kind of stay tuned here and watch them. Make sure everybody gonna qualify good. Guys have been having really good sets here tonight, so I expect some really good qualifying times. Probably going to see low 29s would be my guess. I've seen a lot of 29s out there today. 29.5, might even see 29.4 maybe. To be about a 29.7 might be about our top time here. 29.694, which is a very good fast lap on that. Man, that's pretty amazing on that, to roll in with a 6. Looks to be about 18 drivers going to be taken to the track here tonight for 160 laps at Hotlanta. Adamson on the pole with a 694. Smalley is second with a 716. So those are pretty tight right there, all within 21 one-thousandths of a second difference between first and second. That's pretty much about almost immeasurable. They get out here on the track and start doing some drafting, and that's all going to change. Qualifying times really aren't going to matter all that much. Man, got to get myself awake here. Michael D'Amico getting beat out for 7th place by 1/1000th of a second. Wow. All right, we're going to go down here and see if we can get down here on the grid. Looks like David Adamson going to be taking the pole in the number 77 with a 29.694. Dale Smalley will be starting on the outside of him in the number 69 in second spot. In third, Michael Hauser in the number 71. In fourth, the 38 of William Keogh. In fifth, the number 44 of George Bark. In sixth, the 55 of Scott Amy. In seventh, the 06 of Daniel Miller. In eighth, the 62 of Michael D'Amico. In ninth, the 37 of Glenn Swab. In 10th, the 21 of Dale Gravel. In 11th, the 13 of Gary Konzelman. In 12th, the 19 of Donald Sadusky. In 13th, the 25 of Lance Johnson. In 14th, the 18 of Jay Anderson. In 15th, the 3 of Rod Romeos. In 16th, the 51 of Paul Doucette. And taking up the rear of the field here in the 17th spot, well, almost the rear of the field, Ralph Shipman in the number 22. Colin Detrick has not gridded yet. Not sure, maybe he might be going to start on pit road or what. Everybody going to start rolling off here. We're going to get up here and these guys are going to get ready to take the green flag this time by. David A. Adamson leads them around. 160 laps here at Atlanta tonight, so this is going to be a pretty good show here for everybody. Coming out of turn 4 here, pace car is going to duck on the pit road, and we're going to get this thing underway here at Atlanta. Pace car's off. Green, green, green. Here we go. All right, so David already getting challenged on the outside. Dale Smalley giving him a little bit of a battle on the high side, but Dale ducks it down in behind him, settles into that second place. Now takes a peek on the inside. David leaves that door open coming through the tri-oval. Going into turn 1, though, David kind of just stays right on that low line, and that's what you're going to have to do to protect that low line. Don't want to let anybody get there in that door if you open it. William Kehoe in the 3rd place, and we've got a wreck here. We got a bunch of them. I don't see no caution yet, though. No caution. Oh, now we got a caution. Dale Gravel All right, let's take a wander back here and watch this instant replay as they come around. Go to the far chase view. Okay, so it looks like the 44 getting loose there is what happened. We're going to go back one more time and watch this from the 44. George Bark. Caution out on lap 3 already. George a little bit wiggly going into turn 1. Trying to keep that low line, and it looks like he may get helped here. The 06 kind of sticking his nose in underneath right there, and maybe that's what did it. The 06 of Daniel Miller hooking George Bark going into turn 3. All right, George, don't look like anybody hit anything, so everybody should be okay. Just get back out there, and George definitely taking 4 tires after superheating them tires up. Dale Adamson still in the lead. That kind of changed things up a little bit. That's going to put George clear back to the 17th spot, so he'll be starting almost at the tail of the field. Dale Grable and him be starting 17th and 18th. And none of the leaders have pitted yet. A little early for pitting so far. Atlanta Motor Speedway here, one of the fan favorites. Very good track, especially with these trucks. 1.5 mile. Actually is a quad oval, to be technical about it. I don't really believe they call it that. It's pretty much shaped the same as Charlotte. It does have a quad oval in it, and those little bits of grass that stick out in that quad oval can be a little tricky. You catch them just right with that left rear tire and it'll get you all out of shape. So something that these drivers are going to have to really pay attention to. You'll see them here in a minute as the drivers come by. You'll see them little bits of grass that stick out on the points, and they can get a little tricky when you're racing really hard right there and you come across and catch that corner right there as you're seeing it. I'm telling you what, it can get you all out of shape. So definitely these guys are going to have to watch out for that. All right, lights off on the pace car. Everybody doubling back up here. Let's get this thing back underway once again. We're taking the green flag here on lap number 7. Got a long ways to go here. Guys been practicing quite a bit here the last few days, really putting out some really good laps and a lot of seat time, and that's what makes for some good racing. But these guys get back out here and get some green flag runs in. It should kind of start spreading out a little bit, and should be some good racing then. All right, pace car ducks off. David leading them down here in green, green, green. All right, Smalley getting a little bit of a run. Better run that time, a little better restart. Sticking pretty tight on that high side. High side is actually pretty good coming out of 2. He could get a very good run coming down the backstretch, but it looks like he's going to be about a half a truck length behind now, about a full truck. Sticks it down in that hole and does stay right in the second spot. So Smalley right on the back bumper of Adamson. Now Michael Hauser in the 3rd spot into 71, tucking right up under Smalley. So these guys finally starting to get spread out just a little. Single file here racing. We've got a little bit of a battle going on back here. Michael D'Amico side by side with the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Those two still side by side going into turn 2. Michael not giving an inch, and neither is Sadusky. Oh, we got a blinker up there. That's not good. Boy, that makes it really dangerous racing for the poor guys. That would be the number 38 of William Keogh, blinking like crazy. And the guys kind of seem to back off of that a little bit because you just don't know where that guy's going to be. Oh, and Sadusky comes up the hill and takes out Michael D'Amico. Oh, man, that's too bad. Let's go back and take a look at that again. Get to the far chase. Oh, not the rear chase, the far chase view, folks. And we'll go back and take a look at this here. Coming into these two racing really hard side by side, so you know it's kind of to be expected. But boy, he comes up the hill a ton. Sadusky comes up the hill a ton. A little bit of net code there, not much, and pops Michael D'Amico right in the back quarter panel and spins him out and up into the wall. So hopefully Michael can get that down pit road and get that thing fixed up. Michael, I know you're in the booth with me here. Everything okay?
Rudy, I'm kind of banged up, but looks like I'm going to get into the pits here and get it fixed up.
All right. Well, racing's pretty tough out there tonight, huh?
Yeah, there's some tough competition here tonight. I got a pretty quick set, though.
37 pitting.
Hoping for the best.
All right. Well, good luck there, my friend.
Hopefully we're not getting any kind of echo talking back and forth. So, I heard you're getting up there pretty close in the YouTube subscribers, huh?
Yeah, getting quite a few, and yeah, getting close to that 100 mark that we wanted to reach, and we're gonna have a drawing and pay out $50 to one of the lucky subscribers.
Yeah, Rudy, I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping some of the viewers tonight, I mean, since we're getting so close to that 100 viewer mark, to get out there and get that last 15, 20 viewers so we can get that drawing on the way. Looking forward to see who's going to pick that up.
Yeah, now that, just to clarify that is YouTube subscribers. That's not Twitch followers. That is YouTube subscribers. Because I know people might misconstrue that and say, well, you said Twitch viewer. No, I did not say Twitch viewer. I said YouTube subscribers. Just want to make sure that...
Yeah, that's MaxSpeedTV 1 on YouTube. So
right.
You guys want to get in there and try and, maybe pick up that money. You never know who's going to get it. So
that's right. We're going to throw everybody's name in a hat, and we're going to draw somebody's lucky name, and we will get a hold of you through YouTube. and let you know that you are the lucky winner and figure out how we're going to get the money to you. $50 is $50. All right, well, caution number 2 out already. Got a long ways to go. The guys ain't even reached a quarter mark yet, not even the fifth of the mark yet, and already on second caution. So gonna have to start showing a little bit more patience out here, I think, with these guys. You know, the side-by-side racing being pretty futile. And you know, this is a hot track here. That's why they got its nickname Hot Atlanta. So it's a hot track to run. Got a lot of grip on here, but if you're not careful when you're powering into the turns and you slide up the hill a little bit, you got to make sure somebody's not there to, you know, get gathered up. And but then again, the guy on the outside got to make sure he's not so close that he doesn't give that guy on the inside room. So there's a give and take thing in there, and that's what you know, we comment on this about every race, about the give and take out there. And you know, if you give and take, you earn respect, you know, and you know, it's the only way to earn respect. You know, somebody gives you a little bit, you got to give a little bit back. All right, so the lights off on the pace car, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. We'll be taking the green flag on lap 15. So glad you could all join us there in Twitch. Make sure you click on that follow button right underneath the viewing screen and follow us here on Twitch. We do broadcast every night. You can follow us on, subscribe to us on YouTube. Just go to MaxSpeedTV 1. You can, you know, search that, MaxSpeedTV 1, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. And you can head over to our website at MaxSpeedTV.com. On the website, you can see all of our broadcast schedule. We do have the replays up there that, you know, you can check out some of the past broadcasts that we've had. But anyhow, here the pace car ducks off, and green. All right, so David Adamson has led every lap so far, but here comes the 38 of William Kehoe, stuck up on that inside, right following him, right in his footsteps. Now ducks to the inside, going down the backstretch, and it looks like he's got a fender up under Adamson, and it looks like Kehoe's going to take over the lead. Coming to the stripe, Kehoe going to take over the lead. He's towing Jay Anderson right along behind him, and following right behind him, Lance Johnson. So we've got a lot of these guys really getting some good bite coming off of this inside here. Kehoe blinking out like crazy. Everybody backs off when they see him do that. Jay Anderson in second there. Not sure sometimes when Kehoe blinks out where he's at, and that could be an advantage for Kehoe. Keeps everybody in check behind him. Lance Johnson goes up the hill and takes out David Adamson. So again, we're seeing this here. These guys really pushing the envelope here tonight. Not being as careful as I kind of thought they would. Let's go back and watch this again. Coming into the turn here, is we're going to watch Lance Johnson come right up the hill and slide right into him. Doesn't do it right there, but he will here in just a second. He comes right up and slams him in the side. and hooks them, spins them out. All right, so Lance Johnson taking out David Adamson. And this would be the third caution. Oh, man, we got a bunch of other guys getting into it also. Wow. All right, so caution number 3 out. This Keogh, our new leader, now has led 3 laps. We've got a few takers down on pit road. Dale Smalley coming down. Maybe a little bit of strategy here, short pitting. The 71 of Michael Hauser following him in, so those two may be short pitting. Taking 4 tires, topping off the tank fuel, and they're away.
I gotta tell you, Rudy, that was pretty scary back here for me.
Yeah, I bet you it was, because, man, oh man, I'll tell you, these guys are really, really pushing their trucks, pushing up into the turns, and you know, so far that's all we've seen tonight. Well, 2 of the accidents out of the 3 have been guys pushing up the hill. So are they really that tight going into the turns?
Everybody's running a really fast truck out here tonight, and they so it's real tight. It's real tight. Nobody, I guess people should kind of calm down a little bit here. I'm sure they will coming up here in the next 10 or 12 laps.
Yeah, when the guys start running out of resets out there, it's going to get a little more difficult. You know, we're going to start seeing the field thin down a little bit. So yeah, they better start showing a little more patience out there and being a little more careful. So yeah, it could be a long night if they don't. If their truck gets tore up and they can't, you know, finish the race without having to hold the steering wheel 90 degrees to the left, it could be a long night.
Yeah, a lot of guys want to get some airtime, get up here in front, get you mentioning their name on the air. That's what it is.
Daniel Miller now.
A lot of good drivers, though.
We're going to be restarting 3rd. Paul Doucette going to be restarting 4th. George Bark back up to the 5th after getting hooked there at the beginning of the race. I believe that was the first caution. So he's back up to the 5th spot. Dale Gravel in 6th. Gary Konzelman is going to be restarting 7th. Ralph Shipman 8th. He's sitting on, he must be doing some adminning stuff. Michael D'Amico 9th. Dale Smalley now back out of the pits, going to be restarting 10th. And the 71 there, Michael Hauser, that followed Dale into the pits, going to be restarting 11th. All right, lights are off on the pace car, and everybody going to start doubling back up here. We're going to have to see if Jay Anderson's going to have anything for our leader, William Keogh. We've seen the high side be a little more productive, but they can hold the inside for a few laps with them fresh tires. So hopefully these guys are going to be very careful out here, and we don't see people sliding up the hill again. Going to be taking the green flag on lap 22 out of 160 here, and hopefully we're going to get some good long green flag runs in here because I like to see that. It's all about the driver then. All right, pace car ducks off. Keogh brings him down nice and slow. Green, green, green. He takes a jump right there. Jay Anderson, squeezes it in. Manages to squeeze it in front of the 06 there of Daniel Miller. I'll tell you what, that was about right on the fender. That was really close. Jay Anderson looking to the inside of Keogh, but not quite up there enough to where he could stick a nose in under Keogh to get that position away from Keogh. But Keogh's very strong up front. He keeps blinking too. That could present a problem for some of these drivers out there. I don't know if the admins want to do anything about that, or they just want to let it go, or what. But boy, I mean, he just blinks right out right now. He's gone. That's going to be very distracting to them drivers. Dangerous for them out there to... Wow. All right, so everybody's starting to thin out a little bit. We've got the 51 here. Paul Doucette still side by side with the number 44 of George Bark. They're coming down to backstretch here. Paul Doucette going into the turn before him. Now takes that spot away from George Bark. Now the 21 of Dale Grayville looking to the inside of George Bark as they go side by side. Michael D'Amico right behind them, waiting to see what these guys are going to do. Would like to get up into the mix, but they're kind of tying up the track ahead of him. Tying up both lanes. And he's just going to have to ride it out and see if he can't maybe get a run on George Bark here in a minute. Now George comes back down the hill right in front of Michael D'Amico. He's got a little bit different line than Michael does, but all in all, not a bad line, because that's about where I like to be, is just a little bit on the high side coming out of 2. And we've got another caution on. Colin Detrick getting wrapped up into that one. Okay, let's go back here to the far chase view again. I said Colin Detrick. That's what I said. Colin really kind of loose. I don't know what. It looks like maybe he might have started on coming off a pit road. Boy, is he really all over the place. Looks like he just hooked himself. Hits the outside wall. Oh, no. Oh, he gathers up into the 37 there of Glenn Suave. So Glenn Suave getting a piece of the action on that one. Man. Well, looks like Colin's going to have a lot of damage to answer for when he gets in on pit road. He got a lot of explaining to do about that one there, Colin. Not sure if your crew chief's going to be happy with that mess. As he's coasting to his pits. Keogh still out here in the lead. We're live back up here, taking lap 28. And I believe this is caution number 4. Let's take a look here. Caution number 4. They've had 7 different lead changes so far. Keogh's still blinking out. That's got to be a little nerve-wracking for Jay Anderson right behind him, not knowing if Keogh's ahead of him or what's going on, but I know I'd be a nervous wreck. He just keeps blinking and blinking and blinking and blinking. I got somebody downloading a movie or something in the background. Something updating, or you just never know. All right, so Jay Anderson going to restart second. Daniel Miller going to restart third. Paul Doucette fourth. George Bark still in fifth. Michael D'Amico sixth. Scott Amy seventh. Lance Johnson restarting eighth. Ralph Shipman restarting ninth. Good job by Ralph getting it up there into the top part. Dale Gravel into the 10th position. And Dale Smalley's still back here in 11th. One of the top drivers out here, but I think he's trying to get up there and do it safely. Gravely back here in the 10th position now. Ralph Shipman right ahead of him in the Bark Competition Karting Chevy Silverado. And there's Crash D'Amico. Crash.
Yeah, I hear you, Rudy.
Crash D'Amico. Quite a few cautions out there tonight, Michael, but you're okay now? You haven't had any more problems since that one little tangle up there?
No, I've been getting pretty lucky, I guess. It's great. It's great. I tell you, it's great being out here racing with some of these guys up here in front of the best, fastest guys out here in the trucks, man. It's just a lot of fun for me to be out here racing up front with these guys.
Oh, definitely. Well, good luck out there tonight, Michael. Bring it home. I'd like to see you in victory lane for a change.
Yeah, someday, buddy, someday.
All right, Keogh bringing them to the line, and they're going to take the green flag on lap 31 to get this thing back underway here. Coming out of turn 4, pace car is going to duck off. Green, green, green. All right, Keogh getting a pretty good run. Jay Anderson right with him, though. Was not asleep at the wheel on that one. He was right with him. Stays right beside him on the outside. But Keogh's starting to pull away now. The 06, Daniel Miller going right along with Keogh on that. Wow, look at him putting the power on that. And Keogh trying to stay on that low line to keep that low line protected. Jay Anderson going way up the hill now, losing another position. Daniel Miller now into the second spot. 44 of George Bart in the third spot. So George moving up a couple of positions as he just gets a nose past Jay Anderson. So Jay Anderson in fourth. We got a good battle going on back here. Let's see for, what is it, about 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Great battle going on. Michael D'Amico stuck on that high line again. Can't get down to the low line, and he's just going to get freight trained if he can't get down there. Oh, we got one way off on the backstretch. But he saves it, keeps it off of the wall, and that's the most important thing. coming to the line to take lap 34. Michael losing a couple more spots. Lance Johnson here in the 7th. Michael going back to the 9th place. Maybe he could get down. No, he can't get down there yet. It's the 13 of blah, 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 blah. George Konzelman now is on his inside. And George Konzelman gets by Michael D'Amico. And Michael going back to the 10th spot now. All right, so Daniel Miller just kind of settling in as he's front 5 or 6 here, just kind of spreading out a little bit, trying to run some of these laps down. They take a lap 36. Miller right up under Keel. They're trying to make him loose. Keel not being too intimidated by this, just hanging right there, holding his line. What you got to do here. Front 5 kind of distancing themselves from the rest of the field by a little bit. Back in the 6th position, Paul Doucette. Got quite a gap between him and 5th. Front 5 just pulling away. So everybody pretty much holding their position at the moment. We've got Michael D'Amico has moved up to, moved back to the 11th spot now as he loses another position. He's our in-car reporter here, broadcasting on his live stream. You can check out both streams at MaxSpeedTV.com. We are running both streams right now. He's doing in-car and I'm doing the main broadcast here. Keogh's still blinking out like crazy. Has not got a grip on that blinking yet. He's got a good grip on the track though. Darn good grip on the track. He just needs to get a grip on that blinking. All right, Jay Anderson's still in the 4th spot. Struggling along here, but like I said, this front 5 has pulled away by a little bit. Scott Amy in the 5th spot in the Dirty South racing truck. And doing quite well. Let's get down here and let's look off of his roof cam and see what it looks like up ahead of him. It looks like some pretty tight racing up there, but a lot of respect going on. Nobody really trying to challenge anybody immediately. Coming to lap 42. This has been the longest green flag run we've had so far. Probably about 10 laps, 10 or 11 laps or so. But you can see some of the different lines these guys run, and you know, this track is a little bit rough going into turn 1, so it kind of does bounce you around a little bit, and sometimes you don't really have, you know, a choice but to take the line that the bumps provide for you. And maybe, you know, might get you off of your groove, off of your marks by a little bit. And that's all it takes sometimes. And, okay, just like Scott did right there, he went way up high coming into 1, where everybody else stayed low. And, oh, boy, Jay Anderson getting a little bit loose coming out of 2, but he manages to hang on to it. looking back from Scott Amy, you can see quite a ways back there to 6th place, Dale Gravel. Dale Gravel takes over that 6th spot now. So the field's starting to get segmented here as the second part of the field back here battling. These guys really having some good racing going on, but a little mixing it up. Dale Smalley now up to the 10th spot in the number 69. Michael D'Amico right behind him in the 11th spot as he got by Gary Conselman. Oh, we got one off of the track way back there. Don't know who that was. Oh, we've got another one up here. So, okay, there's the caution now finally. Okay, it looks like Paul Doucette getting into that. So we'll go back here to the far chase view. Let's go on board with Paul Doucette. Instant replay here and watch these guys as they come around and see where they get tangled up here. And these guys back here running quite a little ways back behind the leaders. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, the 25 of Lance Johnson getting into the 21 of Dale Gravel. Had a nose up under him, but wasn't really enough room there. Looks like Michael D'Amico might have lucked out on that one. Michael, can you report on that? He's on pit road. We'll give him a few minutes here to get his pits done. And sorry about that, Michael. We've got a few brave souls that have stayed out here. Scott Amy staying out, Lance Johnson, Michael Hauser. We'll see if we can't get down here trackside and maybe get a word in with one of these drivers. I don't know if they're ever going to let me. Michael Hauser, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, Rudy, I got you.
Well, Michael, we see you're up to 3rd spot. Good job. That's not a bad place to be for the restart of this race here. Tell us a little bit about how the racing's been out there so far for you.
Just kind of riding, Rudy, to stay out of trouble.
Is there like a 1-lane or is it 2-lane racing? What are you seeing out there?
You need to be on the bottom if you can. You can't stay on the bottom. It's tough on the outside.
All right, Michael. Well, good luck, and hopefully we'll see you in victory lane there, brother.
10-4.
All right, so we're here, and it's the bottom lane is where you got to be to try to maintain around here. So hopefully maybe Michael can bring it home, and maybe we'll see him in victory lane in that number 71 truck. Everybody getting ready here. I think we're going to get the one to go this time, I believe, as Scott Amy leads them around. And yes, we do. The lights are off on the pace car. Everybody going to start doubling back up. And we're going to restart this race on lap 50. Still got 110 to go here. All right, pace car ducks off. Green, green, green. A little bit of a slow start on that one. Scott Amy brought him to the line. Michael Hauser now moved back to the 4th spot. It's Konzelman challenging him on the outside. But it looks like Hauser comes back on the inside. Konzelman, boy, really loose coming at it too right there. But manages to save it. But he may lose another position. Oh, these guys getting all up on the high side. Wow, what do we got going on back here? Somebody checked up and way off of the pace. David Adamson now in the 3rd spot. Wow, that was quite the ordeal there. Somebody had really checked up. Looked like Lance Johnson. Not sure what was going on with him, but boy, he slid them tires and now on pit road. All right, quite a few of the guys. George Bark up to the 7th spot. Haven't really talked about George too often much, but it looks like he's having a pretty good race out there today. Everybody protecting this low line. As you see our leader taking it way down on the low line, Scott Amy. Trying to keep Hauser from getting a run on him coming down that backstretch. If Hauser can get a nose up under him, as long as he doesn't hook him, this could be a heck of a good finish or race, I should say, not a finish. But as you see Scott Amy, boy, he's mirror driving that thing, trying to do everything he can to stay ahead of Hauser. The 77 of Adamson going way up high, going to lose that spot. William Kehoe, okay, Kehoe's back up to the 3rd spot now. All right, this thing kind of wigged out on me for a minute there. Kehoe in the 3rd spot. With him blinking, I think that's what makes this thing kind of freak out a little bit. So Kehoe up to 3rd. Daniel Miller back to 4th. George Bark running 5th. Adamson 6th. Konzelman just goes back to 8th as Smalley. Smalley got a heck of a run on him there. Smalley going up to the 6th spot now as he gets by Konzelman. Konzelman got a nose up under him. Going to try to get a run, but can't quite do it this time. Smalley's staying pretty strong on that high side. And we got a pretty good battle going on up in the front here. Daniel Miller and a bunch of them battling. And the leader's just loving this because he's pulling away. Scott Amy pulling away from all these guys. These guys really mixing it up back here. They're second on back. So the number 44 of George Bart in the second spot now. Managed to work his way up through traffic and get up there into the second spot. Hauser going back to the fifth spot. And has another challenger on the inside. Dale Smalley moving into the fifth spot. As he comes up underneath Hauser. Hauser moving back one more position. Thought about coming down in front of Michael D'Amico, but Michael D'Amico had a fender up under him. He couldn't do it. And Michael backs out and lets him go this time. Probably better to be safe than sorry, Michael. You still see our leader here, Scott Amy, doing everything he can. Boy, he's blocking the crap out of the 44 of George Bart. Blocking is a bad word. That's a bad word. Not blocking, just trying to make sure he's staying on that low line to stay in front of all of the leaders. Let's go back here, take a view on him and see what it looks like right behind him, as we can see George Bart right on his bumper. Scott Amy running the MaxSpeedTV logo on his rear spoiler. Appreciate that, Scott. Love it. So he's doing a great job out here holding that low line. Nobody immediately challenging him right now. These guys kind of going single file at the moment here. I can see back there Konzelman drifting way up the hill and losing a couple more spots. Konzelman going back to the 9th position now. Bart takes a look on the outside, but can't quite make that work on the outside, as Scott Amy stays on this inside. Scott's going to have to keep it down on that low line to protect that position. And eventually, you know, these tires are going to wear out, and these guys are going to run out of that option to do that. And they're going to start pushing up the hill. So something for these guys to consider once these tires start wearing down a little bit. All right, Smalley looking on the inside. Ooh, man, that was a close one. Ooh, George Bart happened to back out a little bit. Daniel Miller got a nose up under him that time. He either was going to back out or he was going to take out our leader. But does manage to slide it back in front of Daniel Miller this time. Side by side coming down the backstretch. Nobody giving a square inch real estate here. I'm telling you, these guys really battling this hard. Dale Smalley coming up here wanting to get that second position. Now he's got a nose up under him. They're almost 3 wide coming into turn 1. Something's gonna happen here, guys. And it looks like Scott Amy gonna have to back out and let Smalley go. They were 3 wide there. Wow, that was intense. Well, that was some good driving by Scott Amy and George Bart, lifting a little bit and letting Smalley go. He had a run on him on the inside, stuck that nose up under Scott Amy, and Scott Amy had no other choice than to let him go. So Dale Smalley up in the lead now. New leader only has led 1 lap. That was his first lap he's led, so good job. And now he's starting to pull away from Scott Amy. And now George Bart charging through on the bottom line here, and does we got some tanglement up in the front here. Who the heck was this? Looked like maybe Smalley got into. Let's go back here to Smalley, as he got tangled up into something there. Let's go back and take a look at that from the far chase view. Not sure exactly what happened there. He comes around. Oh, here's a lap vehicle, the 37 of Glenn Schwab. Boy, not sure exactly what happened there, but man, that was a mess. Well, let's go back a little further and watch that. Smalley had a pretty good lead on that, and looks like Glenn Schwab coming off of pit road right now as our leader is going into turn 1. And not sure, Glenn Schwab might have just went around that turn just a little too fast and come up onto the track a little early. And it really didn't have that truck under control yet. And was wanting to stay low, decided to go high. And Dale Smalley didn't know which way to go, right or left. So that's too bad for Smalley getting tore up like that, and Glenn Schwab. All right, Smalley on pit road. I'm sure he's got a ton of nose damage on that truck. Oh my word, I guess. Whew. Hope he's got a reset. Because man, that thing is a mess. A lot knocked all the teeth out of the line on the hood. There we go. He had a reset, so good deal. Dale Smalley back out on the track. New leader, George Bark, up in the lead.
Yeah, I just took another beating. It's like I might have used up my last reset right there. I'm not sure.
Okay, so you're back out on the track now in 10th?
10-4. I did it to myself. I was trying to avoid the wreck and ran them all.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been some really good racing up in the front here, and I apologize to the guys for not giving the back part of the field a lot of camera time, but boy, this has been some intense racing up in the front of the field there, Michael.
Yeah, I was side by side with Dale Smalley there for a while, and I just watched him just picking them off one at a time, man, moving his way to the front, and good job on him.
Well, I've got him back. He's back a little ways now. Let's see. He's back in. I'm showing him in 5th. We've got a few guys that have repitted now, so he is back up to the 5th position. So he may be right back up in the front here, challenging George Bart for the lead.
Yeah, starting to see guys starting to give and take a little, and being a little more cautious up front now. A lot of really good driving up here.
All right, this time by is going to be lap number 70, so 80 laps to go here, folks, at Atlanta. I'm sorry, 90. Got to do my math, I guess. 90 laps to go. So 10 more laps will be at the halfway mark, and been pretty decent racing here. This last segment was a good long green flag run that these drivers had. I'm sure they were really welcoming fresh tires out here. So as they're all getting doubled back up, taking a look here, we've had 11 lead changes and 6 cautions. This is caution number 6 that they're on right now. Alright, so pace car's going to be ducking off here in just a second. We'll be taking the green flag on lap 71. We get this thing back underway. And the pace car ducks off. Bart bringing them down. Green, green, green. Jay Anderson back up into the second spot now, where he was earlier in the race. No stranger to the front of the field by any means. He gets one heck of a run here and does hang right onto the back bumper of George Bart. Probably giving him a little bump draft down. No, a little bump drafting him. Thought maybe he might have been bump drafting him. Paul Doucette going back to the fourth spot. Keogh up to third. It looks like Dale Smalley already on the inside of Paul Doucette, and Dale Smalley now moving into the fourth spot already. Now it takes a look to the inside. So Dale Smalley's coming like gangbusters here. Oh man, a little bit of mixing up back here, but good job. Keogh on the outside, so Smalley going by Keogh. And Jay Anderson trying to protect that low line, knowing that if Dale Smalley gets a run, and here comes Smalley on the inside of Jay Anderson, take a peek, but didn't quite make it. Anderson protecting that low line to keep them from getting that low line from him. Keogh got a challenge on the inside by the number 21 there. Dale Grayville challenging him on the inside. And that would be for the fourth position. It looks like he does get it away from Keogh. Keogh sliding back a couple positions. Now the 55 of Scott Amy back up here into the mix, challenging Keogh on the inside. Him and his teammate right behind him in the 51, Paul Doucette. Paul Doucette getting back up into the mix. These guys side by side coming at it too. Everybody out there on fresh tires, so they got their brave meters way up. You know, just a short spike in your brave meter. Once these tires get a little bit of wear on them, they're not going to see that so easily. All right, getting back up here. Let's see Smalley right on the back bumper here now of our leader, George Bart. Jay Anderson slipping clear back to the sixth position. Smalley back out in the lead, does take that lead back away from George Bart. So Smalley back out here in the lead. Let's see if he can keep it out there this time without rear-ending a lap car. Just kidding you. Just kidding you, Dale. That was just one of them freak things. He just had nowhere to go. He went right, and Glenn went right, he went left, Glenn went left, and he just wound up rear-ending him. All right, so George Bart hanging on right onto the back bumper there of Dale Smalley. Dale Grayville in third. Scott Amy back up to fourth as we get a little bit of diciness here. Paul Doucette looking to the inside of his teammate. Manages to bring it back down in front of him safely. Good job. Daniel Miller in the sixth spot. Michael D'Amico up to seventh. And here we are, Jay Anderson clear back to the eighth position. So he's lost a ton of positions on this. right on board here with Michael D'Amico and see the racing that's going on up in front of him. As Paul Doucette goes way up to the high line, gonna lose a couple positions on that. No, I'm sorry, that's Scott Amy. I get them too confused because they're teammates. Paul Doucette's way up ahead up here in the 51. Daniel Miller right ahead of Michael D'Amico here in the 06. Slides it in behind Paul Doucette. There I go again. Scott Amy. Getting them two mixed up. Smalley's starting to distance himself a little bit from George Bark now. George Bark back about 3/10 from Dale Smalley. Let's get back up here to our leaders. And all right, Michael D'Amico on the inside of the 77 of David Adamson. Or David Adamson's on the outside of him, I should say. As those two go side by side, right behind Daniel Miller. Dale Gravel on the outside, Paul Doucette on the inside. Does take that position away from Dale Gravel. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I said Gravel again. Dale Gravel. I get it drilled in my head. Just give me another week. I'm just starting to learn, you guys, and it's a lot to take in. I mean, all the broadcasting I do to try to remember everybody's name, so I do apologize for that. All right, so Paul Doucette moved up to the third position, but up here in second, George Bark trying to hang on to Dale Smalley, our leader, still about 2.5 to 3/10 behind him in the second position. Oh, now our leader, Dale Smalley, blinking a little bit. Just seen him blink out one time. So, boy, we're getting a lot of blinkers out there today for some reason. It could be a server. I have seen a lot of people blink on a server, and it was probably the servers. You know, many servers, you know, they don't run absolutely perfect all the time. So that's something you got to consider, you know, when you go into some of these hosted sessions, that the servers do take a heck of a beating. Let's go back through the field here a little bit. Don't look like anybody's challenging anybody right at the moment. So Dale Gravel in the fourth position. Now Scott Amy was taking a peek there for a minute, but nothing yet. David Adamson in the sixth position. Michael D'Amico in seventh. Daniel Miller back to the eighth position. Jay Anderson back in ninth. We've got some lap-down vehicles into the mix here. William Keogh led 27 laps here, back into the 10th position. Lance Johnson 11th, and those two battle side by side Lance wanting that 10th position away from him, but they're almost 7 seconds behind our leader. Michael Hauser running into 12th position, 1 lap down. Ralph Shipman running into 13th position, 1 lap down. And Donald Sadusky in the 14th position, 2 laps down. Dale Smalley continuing to lead, and Paul Doucette getting by George Bart for the 2nd position. Made a good clean pass on George and does roll into the 2nd position, so he is coming. Now he sets his sights on our leader, Dale Smalley, but he's about 0.8 of a second behind Smalley, so he's got a little bit of ground to make up here. And these guys already starting to feel the fall off of these tires. They're about a half a second a lap off of their fastest lap, so we're seeing a little bit of fall off here. Let's get up and see what our leader, his fall off is. Yeah, he's about 0.6 off of his fastest lap, so the guys are starting to feel a little bit of fall off on these tires. This time by going to be coming to lap 94. This has been a nice long green flag run here so far, and I don't mean to jinx that. Knock on wood. But this has been a pretty good race here on this last segment. That these guys are really starting to get thinned out a little bit, and some good racing going on all around the track. Here to this other pack, Scott Amy going to lose a position to the number 77 of David Adamson. He was our pole setter, Adamson was, and he's moved back up into the 4th position now. Michael D'Amico being challenged on the outside by Dale Gravel. Those two coming around here pretty much side by side. Michael not having a whole lot of room to drift up the hill. Gonna have to be kind of gentle when he goes up the hill. Don't power it in too much, Michael.
Yeah, he's kind of taking a big chance out there, really, on the outside like that. We are starting to push a little on the tires, but he seems to be doing all right.
Yeah, that is a big chance. Being on the outside like that, that's a heck of a chance. But as long as you don't slide up the hill into him, you guys should be all right. You should be able to race like that for a few laps. But I know you're already starting to get a little bit of tire wear. Okay, and it looks like Dale does get by Michael D'Amico. Michael's sliding back 1 position. All right, and back up here, Paul Doucette, now 1.1 second behind Dale Smalley. Smalley just dominating here now as he got back out in the lead, and after that tanglement there with Glenn Swab, and boy, he is really motoring now, led 24 laps so far. 2 more laps, we're going to be hitting the 100 lap mark, and that'll mean 60 laps to go. Doucette really running a good race here. He had little problems there earlier and got mired back into the field a little bit, and now he's got back out here into some clean air. He's really doing a great job. Now falling back 1.4 seconds behind our leader. So definitely Dale Smalley is pulling away. Now he's probably gaining a tenth or two a lap. George Bark now falling clear back to the 5th position as he comes down on pit road. Let's watch him as he comes down pit road. Should be his final pit stop of the day, and he could be short pitting it from what everybody else is doing. Right side tires going on. Only right side tires. Okay, right side tires and full tank of fuel, and he was away. Falling back to the 10th position, but that's all right. Everybody else is going to have to stop eventually, so it might have been a good call by him. And it looks like William Kehoe still blinking, but he's mired way back into 12th position, and he's a couple laps down. David Adamson in 3rd, Scott Amy 4th, Dale Grable in 5th, Michael D'Amico now 6th, Daniel Miller in 7th. Dale Smalley continuing to dominate out front here in 30 laps. He's got 31 now that he's led. And he is pulled away by about 1.8 seconds over 1.9 over Paul Doucette. But these guys are going to have to come down pit road here probably in the next few laps. I would say within the next 5 to 10 laps, they'll be coming on pit road, and they should be able to make it from there on. I think you can make it about 50 laps on a tank of fuel. So they're probably trying to get to that 50 lap to go window before they finally come down on pit road. The laps on this race was actually kind of calculated out pretty good because you were definitely going to have to stop twice. And actually maybe even 3 if there wasn't any cautions. All right, so back here, Lance Johnson in 7th, Michael D'Amico 8th, coming down on pit road now. Let's see what kind of pit strategy Michael's going to play. Not sure if 2 tires would be the best call here, but we have seen a couple of the drivers taking 2. And it's all about track position here too. So Michael takes 2 tires, tops off his tank of fuel, and he's away. So right side tires only. We're going to have to kind of keep an eye on our leader. Our leader looks like he's still out here motoring around. Paul Doucette not far behind him. We still have not seen the top 6 or 7 drivers still have not pitted. So we're going to kind of try to stay on our leader and see when he's going to pit. They're almost at that 50 to go window, so I kind of expect him to pit in the next lap or two. I could be wrong on it, but I'm kind of expecting that. He might even go 3 or 4 just to ensure he's going to have enough. He's very fast out here, and with over a 2-second lead over Paul Doucette. Heck, he'll be halfway down pit road by the time Paul gets that thing woed down. So no pit stop this time by. Paul Doucette staying out. Everybody's staying out at the moment. Of the top, looks like the top 7. Everybody's still staying out. And David Adamson starting to creep up on Paul Doucette here to maybe give him a challenge. That's the 2nd and 3rd place right there. Back to 4th. Got Scott Amy back here in 4th, running about 5.2 seconds behind the leader. Dale Grable in 5th. Daniel Miller in 6th. And the last one here that has not pitted out of this front batch, Lance Johnson, running about almost 11 seconds behind our leader. Well, boy, I was all wrong about the pit stops. I figured Smalley would be on pit road by now. But these guys kind of tricking me a little bit. Maybe going to try to stretch that lead out a little bit more, as now he rolls out about 2.5 seconds behind or ahead of Paul Doucette. So boy, is he ever stretching that lead out. This has been an ongoing battle now. Adamson looking on the inside of Doucette. Doucette staying high, taps a wall. Coming out of 4, Doucette taps the outside wall just a little bit, just enough to knock his momentum off pace a little. And Doucette going back to the 3rd position. And now it looks like he's trying to mount a challenge here on the inside to get back by Adamson, but he ain't going to be able to do it this time. And it looks like Doucette's going to come down on pit road. So we'll watch and see what kind of pit strategy Doucette's going to pull here. Right side tires went on. Left side, he's going to take all 4. Oh, it looks like his partner there, Scott Amy, may have gotten into something there, and he's got a lot of damage on that truck. Not sure what happened there. Let's take a wander back and see if we can figure out what happened to him. And now our leader's on pit road. Doggone it, I didn't want to. All right, well, Scott Amy, I'm not sure why he was smoking. Looks like he come in a little bit too hot and spun it into the wall. Oh, man. All right, so Smalley on pit road. Let's get up here live. All right, he's off the pit road. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he ain't pitted yet. And it looks like he's just now coming down pit road. So our leader just now coming down pit road. Wow. And it looks like Adamson's slowing up to, he's going to come on pit road also. So 1st and 2nd place coming down pit road. So this is going to change up everything here. But Smalley had enough of a lead. I believe he's still probably going to be able to maintain that lead. But a lot of the guys that were a lap down are going to be able to get back on the lead lap. Right side's going on Smalley's truck. And left side. So 4 tire change for Smalley. And also for Adamson. So probably not a bad move, taking a 4 tire change, getting back out here. But now they got to get these things wound back up to speed. And a lot of these guys are going to be back on the lead lap with them. George Bark, looked like George Bark's going to be our new leader as Smalley gets his truck wound back up to race speed. Paul Doucette right ahead of him. But George Bark quite a ways ahead of them. Looks like all pit stops are done by everybody as far as I can tell. Maybe a straggler here or there that has not come on pit road. Looked like Donald Sandusky on pit road. He's many laps down though. We've got a good battle going on here for second and third. As Smalley trying to work over the back bumper of Paul Doucette. Trying to get a run on the outside. That usually doesn't work too well, but as good as Smalley is, he might be able to make it work. I don't know. It looks like he's going to stay high. Doucette staying way low. Protecting that inside line. Smalley, boy, he's really got a run on that outside. Looks like coming to the line. Smalley takes it away from him. Smalley moves into the second spot. And now George Bark right ahead of them. He's going to have to work over the back bumper of George Bark and see if he can get back up into the lead. Lap 123 coming to 124. So 36 laps remaining here at Atlanta. These three here all nose to tail. Man, I'm telling you what, they're going to mix it up here in a minute. Paul Doucette stays on the inside, hoping he can get a little draft off of George Bark, and the two of them together can stay ahead of Dale Smalley. Dale Smalley just way too strong, powers it by him. Wow, look at this. This is amazing racing right here, and he just drove right by both of them on the outside by himself. Now battle for second. George Bark and Paul Doucette. Looks like Doucette's going to win that battle. Doucette moving back up into the second spot behind Smalley. So Bark moving back to the third spot here on lap 125. David Adamson back in the fourth position, running about 2.5 seconds behind our leader. Michael D'Amico now running about 4.6 seconds behind our leader, back in the fifth position. But Dale Gravel is not far behind Michael, and Dale's getting a little hungry. It's getting down close to that time here where we get down to about 20 to go. I think we're going to see these guys start turn up the pressure a little bit on each other, and that's when a lot of mistakes are made. So hopefully we don't see that, but that's usually what happens. Mistakes are made when it's about 20 to go, and because they got the hammer down further than they've ever had it, and pushing the gas pedal clear through the floor. But we've got a new lead change up here. Paul Doucette did get by Dale Smalley for the lead. Now Doucette's going to make that truck about 50 feet wide. Smalley can't get by him. Smalley, boy, he's a little bit loose coming off that turn, but manages to hold on to it. These guys really racing hard up here in the front. Smalley backs out a little bit and lets Doucette go, but probably not a bad move. Right now, he just don't have the oomph to get up there and power by him like he did have. Now he comes right up on the back bumper of Doucette. Oh, he taps him in the rear, saying, "I'm here. I'm going to get by you." Just a little bump and run. Doucette very strong on that low line. Smalley, time and time again, he tries to get a run on the high side because he knows Doucette's protecting the low line. I'll get it right. And the low line is definitely where you want to be in the turn. So Doucette can outmaneuver him on that low line every single time. So this is just making some, side-by-side racing, but it's making also they're using up their equipment, using up their tires. And this is what the guys in the back want to see. These guys battling so hard up front that maybe they can reel them in. They're going back here just for a split second here. George Bark in the third spot. David Adamson in fourth, not far behind Bark, trying to reel Bark in. Smalley just keeps working over Doucette up here for the lead. These guys just lap after lap just battle this out, and Doucette can prevail as long as he stays on that low line. And we've got 26 laps to go, so it's starting to come down to the 20 to go here, folks. And that's when it's going to be the time for these guys to start figuring out what they're going to do. Make their move when they can. And now Adamson on the inside of Bark. And that's for position. Bark moves over and lets him go. No sense in challenging him. And I think Bark only took 2 tires. I believe he did. Yeah, he only did a 2-tire change. So now we're starting to see what the 2-tire change is doing. Dale Smalley does get by Doucette. I missed that pass, doggone it. Let's. I want to take a trip back here, and I want to see if we can find that pass somewhere. Right there is where he passed him on the previous lap. So, all right. Still a lot of good racing going on here, folks, so stay with me. We're coming down to the closing laps here, 23 to go. This is when it gets interesting. This is for all the marbles right here in the bag. let's see if Smalley can pull out another win here at Atlanta. Doucette, he says if he's got anything to say about it, Smalley's not going to win here today. Because, boy, I'll tell you what, Doucette is being relentless on that, on the back end of him. But don't look now, guys, because Adamson's closing in. And Adamson was very strong earlier. He's our pole sitter, so you know he's got a good setup in that truck. And he is right up on the back bumper of Doucette now. So these three here going nose to tail.
I'll tell you what, Rudy, it looks like I might have to give up the money to old Dale. I'm running about three laps short of fuel right now.
Oh no. That's not going to be good. So what is your plan? Stay out as long as you can, or short pit now and top your tank off?
Yeah, I can give up my position to Dale and let him take the money. I can, I mean, in order to finish the race, I can pit, or I could just keep praying for a caution. Caution would save me right now.
Yeah, it sure would, yeah. All right, so good battle going on here for second place. Doucette and Adamson battling side by side. This kind of looked like what Smalley was doing to him. But as these two battle, Smalley's pulling away again. Got about a half a second lead over Doucette. Well, you got quite a lead over Dale Graybill. Is there any way you could maybe, you know, I don't think you could save 3 laps now, but worth of fuel. Anyhow, 19 laps to go as they cross the line.
Yeah, and I'm looking at 14 in fuel, so.
Oh boy, yeah, you're way too short. Can you just stop and take about a splash and go?
Yeah, I'll probably lose about 5 positions doing it.
Yeah, I know it. But there might be some others out there that are going to be a little short on fuel too.
Yeah, Rudy, I think that's what I'm doing. I'm going to take a splash of gas and just hope to finish the race. That way I can finish the race. Hope for the best after that, I guess.
Yeah, you do the splash and go. I mean,
and there's the caution.
Oh, there you go. That just saved you right there. So, all right, let's go see if we can figure out where the caution is. It looks like Ralph Shipman, hitting the 25. But I would say it was probably the 25 is the one that brought that caution out. So let's take a trip back here and see what happens. Lance Johnson. Oh yeah, he got hooked there by the 55 of Scott Amy. So we'll take a trip back and we'll watch this one more time, because it looks like maybe Lance. Yeah, Lance was ahead of Scott. Scott had a pretty good run. Looked like he was a little bit loose coming out of 2 right there. Coming into 3, we're going to slow this way down. And it looks like Scott going to wash up the hill into Lance. And that's exactly what's going to happen right there. And he taps him in the left rear and sends Lance around. So very unfortunate for Lance. Man, oh man. He was having a pretty good run there too. All right, so everybody getting caught back up here. I don't think we're going to see any of our leaders coming down pit road. Except for maybe Michael D'Amico, which he did. Took that splash of gas and go, and looks like that brought him back out into the 5th position.
Yeah, I probably could have made it, Rudy, but I didn't want to take the chance.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. You're going to be all right now, and at least have a top 5 finish.
That would be nice for the old MaxSpeedTV team, finally.
Great job.
Anyway, while I got a chance, I just want to shout out to Don King. He's hoping his leg's getting better so he can get out here and race with us again pretty soon. I know his leg's pretty messed up and he hasn't been able to race. So, hope you're getting better out there, Don.
Yeah, I hope so too, buddy. We'd love to have you in here racing with us, and we miss you. So get better, buddy. All right, so it looks like Jay Anderson's going to get the wave by. That's still going to put him, he'll still be 1 lap down. But right now we've got 7 trucks still on the lead lap. Jay's just going to get the iRacing wave by, not he won't get the lucky dog. The lucky dog just went by, and I believe that was the 55 of Scott Amy. So that'll put 8 trucks back on the lead lap. Coming to the line, going to have 14 laps to go here, folks. And if you're following me in Twitch here, about an hour after this broadcast, I will have another broadcast going up. As we will be doing the Under the Lights racing with the IWCR League. So if you come back in an hour, I will be broadcasting again. Hopefully I got one of my co-commentators will be helping me in that race. Roger Wagner, awesome to have him in the booth with me. I mean, I just love having that guy in the booth with me. He does a killer job with me, and I appreciate him so much. He loves being in the booth with me, so we're a pretty good team together. So hope to see you there, Roger. This race should be not far from being over. Maybe in another 15-20 minutes we should have this race pretty much wrapped up here. And we'll be moving on to the next one here probably about an hour or hour and a half after this race. Alright, so everybody doubled up. We're going to be going back to green flag racing here once again, folks. And this is going to be all the way. Hopefully they're going to make it all the way to the end. Pace car ducks off. Smalley leads them down. Green, green, green. All right, so the 77 of Adamson kind of slipping back a little bit. Doucette right up on the back bumper of Smalley again. These two battling it out. Smalley's pulling Doucette's trick here now and staying on the low line all the way down the backstretch. Got to block that position until he can get a little bit of a lead to kind of use the whole turn. Oh, Doucette almost got looked to the inside, but didn't have enough power to get by him. Boy, these guys are racing hard right now. They're out here on old tires. None of these leaders pitted because they didn't want to take that chance on losing the spot. Now Michael D'Amico challenging on the inside of Adamson. Slips up the hill a little bit. Whoa, man, that kind of wadded him up in the back a little bit, but everybody saved it and moving on. Adamson slides it down in front of Michael D'Amico. Michael trying to maintain this line with these leaders up here, and he's kind of lost the draft a little bit, so he's going to have to try to hang on to it, as now he slides back to the 5th spot again. The 06 looking on the inside of him. Michael's going to have to stay high to let the 06 take the low line, and that could be for the 5th spot. The 06 of Daniel Miller going to move in and take that spot away from Michael D'Amico. Back up here in the front, though, I'm telling you what, this is one heck of a battle ensuing right here. As these top 3 guys, Doucette and Adamson, Smalley, Bart, all 4 of them guys, nose to tail, 9 laps to go here, folks. This has been some great racing. This last segment of this race has been just awesome. Heck, the last 3/4 of the race has been great racing. Oh, we got one way down off the track. I can't go back and see who that was, but Adamson going way up on the high side. Doucette staying right on the low side behind Smalley. Not going to give up that line whatsoever. Both of them staying down on the low line. Wow, look at this. Oh, we've got a couple more hooking. That's going to bring out the caution, and it does. I just hope, oh, man, we got a bunch of cars that got tangled up into that. Oh, man. So George Bart looks like, let's go back here to the far chase view. Go back to the instant replay. It looks like the 06 again. Him and Bart getting together again. They did that like they think it was the first caution of the race. Them two got together. So, man, that's bringing out a bunch of cautions here. Whoa, man, oh, man, them two getting together again. That was bad. That was bad. Poor George Barkey is tore up. Tore up from the floor up. He's trying to make it, looks like he is trying to make it to pit road, but he's about, I think it's about ready to pop the engine. Michael, how much damage did you get on that?
Ready? It looked like a ×4, but I don't see any damage on my truck. I kind of drove right through it.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it doesn't look like you have any nose damage.
It did give me some incidence points, but I don't, to be honest with you, I don't see any damage.
Yeah, I'm looking at your truck and I don't see anything.
Really hating life right now for not taking 2 tires on that last stop, but oh well.
Well, you're still up there in 5th position. Doesn't look like anybody behind you is going to be able to challenge you because George Bark is on pit road, and he's got. I take that back. I believe he's on pit road, and I don't think he's getting that thing back out there.
Yeah, I kind of knew something was going to happen. There was some real aggressive driving right there in the last few laps, but
looks like he has taken his truck behind the pit wall. So we're going to finish with about 5 trucks on the lead lap, and you're going to be the 5th one. So hopefully maybe we'll see if you've got anything for these guys when they get back up here. The 21 of Dale Gravel going down pit road now. Might not have been a bad thing for you to do is stop and take a couple of tires.
I hear you, Rudy. I just not too sure what to do at this point right now.
Well, you wouldn't have lost any positions because there's only going to be 5 of you finishing this race.
Never have been much of a pit strategy type driver.
Well, you're going to probably have about 3 to go when you get the green flag. So hopefully these guys can keep this good clean racing up here. We've got Adamson and Doucette up there with Smalley, and Smalley now he's staying on that low line, just blocking the crap out of him to make sure he keeps that top spot, because he knows Adamson and Doucette are very, very fast. And the only way he's going to stay out there is he's going to have to try to mirror drive a little bit and stay ahead of them.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Paul. Paul Doucette out there really running a good, clean race tonight, and he's really fast. Congratulations to him.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, coming to the line this time, we got 4 to go, and let's see if the lights go off on the pace car. They do, and everybody gonna start doubling back up. And I'm showing 6 trucks on the lead lap. Now, Dale Gravel did pit. I didn't see if he took 2 or 4, but we're going to have to see how this is going to all play out. Dale Gravel will be starting in the 5th position. So a lot of trucks taken out of this race throughout the whole afternoon here. We started with 18 trucks on the track, and right now we have 7. 7 trucks going to finish this race here, and with 3 laps to go. All right, let's see if Smalley can hold off Doucette and Adamson as the pace car ducks off. Smalley bringing him down at that 65-mile-an-hour speed, and green, green, green. Ooh, Adamson going way up high. I don't know what the heck happened there, but wow. Doucette and look at this here, Gravel. Taking the 3rd spot. Michael D'Amico tucking right in behind him for the 4th. As everybody's staying on that low line, and Adamson's going to go clear to the back of this field because he's on that outside and can't get down low. Everybody just working over the back bumper of Smalley here. Smalley coming to the line this time, going to get the white flag, as he is just holding that low line the best that he can possibly hold it. Hang in there, Michael. 1 more lap to go. Keep that thing down on the low side, buddy. All right, final lap here, guys. Doucette got anything for Smalley? Coming down the backstretch, Smalley mirror driving the crap out of that truck right now. Michael D'Amico trying to hang on to their drive. Everybody gonna, oh man, a lot of mixing it up here. Doucette ain't got nothing for the leader as they come to the line. Dale Smalley winning it here today at Atlanta. Great job. Michael, sorry you didn't make it on the podium, but great run out there today in the MaxSpeedTV truck. I want to thank you for putting on a great run right there. That was super seeing you do that on. I know you had you would have loved to add at least 2 more fresh tires, but great run.
Yeah, yep, float space in there at the end, man. Hats off to old Dale Smalley, man. Great job.
Yes, sir. All right. Good job for Dale Smalley here. Let's get down here and see if we can get a word in with him. Everybody probably giving him a lot of congratulatory things, but
with Dale.
Dale Smalley, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Great race out there, Dale. Man, I'll bet you were mere driving the heck out of that thing them last 3 or 4 laps. You had Doucette and Adamson really right on you. But great run today. Congratulations on your win, buddy.
I appreciate that, Rudy. Yeah, they, him and Nicholas both, they give me a good run. That's a pretty good race there.
Well, tell us a little bit about some of your strategies and what all you went through today to get that thing back up to the front, because you were in the back. You were back 10th, 11th, off pit, strategies from everybody else. And but you managed to get it back up front, and you overpowered everybody, and you were making the high line work when everybody else was struggling. So tell us a little bit about all that.
As it's kind of fortunate, I got a pretty good setup from Gary Bauer and MPR Racing, running a few races. Pretty good setup, works high side or low side. Just tried to change up the pit a little bit, make sure I had enough to make it there towards the end with, one more stop in case we run green all the way. Everything worked out good. I just got lucky.
Well, great job out there today, Dale, man. I'll tell you what, that was one heck of a show you put on. Great racing after them first couple cautions there at the beginning, and we got through all that. Boy, there were some green flag runs there that were really great racing to see everybody, battles all around the track. And I tried to stay on the leaders the most because it seemed like that's where the main battles were. But great race. Congratulations again, Dale. And you want to give a shout out to anybody or a thank you?
Yeah, like I said, I'd like to thank MPR Racing, helped with the setup. My teammate Dallas, he's helping me out with some strategy and stuff. Thank George Bark's Competition Karting for helping put this on for everybody, and Ralph Shipman. Without those two, it'd be hard to get this done. And big thanks to Lee Ridge for putting up with all the crap and keeping everything going. I appreciate it a lot. I had a lot of fun.
All right, well, great job. It was a heck of a show that everybody put on out there today. But again, congratulations, Dale. Good job. Paul Doucette, this is Nicholas. Excuse me, Nicholas Doucette. This is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Rudy. How are you?
Hey, doing good. What a great run. Congratulations coming home second spot. It looked like maybe you were trying everything you could possibly do to get by Dale, but he was just really strong. You led quite a few laps up there, but just didn't lead the last one. That's the most important one. But if given a few more laps, you think you would have had anything for Dale?
I don't think so, really. My tires were getting really shot, and Dale got a really good run on me in the outside, it actually was a really fun race, and me and Dale were battling quite a few times there, and it was a good battle.
Yes, it was. The battles all around the track, but like I said, you all up front there were putting on such a great show. I really, I hated to leave you guys up there, but great race. Congratulations on your second place finish. And you want to give a shout out to anybody or a thank you?
Well, I'd like to thank you guys for putting this up, and I'd like to thank Spark Competition Karting and my teammates from Dirty South Motorsports, and I'd like to also thank Dirty South Racing for putting this room up.
All right. Well, good job out there today, Nicholas. Congratulations. Good job. Dale Gravel, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Wow, Dale, you pulled it out there at the end. Good job. That was some great racing. Very intense racing. I mean, you guys had to have been like white knuckling on a lot of times because there was just such tight racing. The passing was intense, and if somebody drifted up high, it kind of made it a little bit easier for you. But great job there. You know, you got tangled up a couple times, but you managed to come home third spot. Great job.
Yeah, this race right here is pretty rough and everything, and my truck it just wouldn't quit getting tight at the end right there. I tried everything, and it helped it some, but not much. But I said, well, since this last caution, that I'm going to come in and get the freshest tires, and I said, I'm just going to give it all I got, and I did.
Well, great job. You want to give a shout out to anybody or thank you there, Dale?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dirty South Racing and Lee and all them making this possible. And good job, Dale. You won it. Congratulations, and Paul, good job for second. And yeah, this race was pretty good. It's just I just cannot get quit getting tight at the end there. I tried my best, but thank you all, and you all did a great job.
All right, thank you very much, Dale. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up this week here. We'll run over the results real quick and see where everybody finished. Dale Smalley in first. Paul Doucette, actually Nicholas, in second. Dale Gravel in third. Michael D'Amico in the MaxSpeedTV truck coming home fourth. Great run by him. Played a little pit strategy on that. Maybe missed it a little, but still a good finish for Michael. William Keogh in fifth. David Adamson falling back to the sixth place after having such a great run and being our pole sitter. Jay Anderson finishing seventh, the last one on the lead lap. George Bark eighth. Daniel Miller ninth. Scott Amy in the 10th place. Michael Hauser in 11th. Lance Johnson 12th. Ralph Shipman 13th. Donald Sadusky 14th. Rod Romeus in 15th. Gary Konzelman in 16th. And Glenn Suave 17th. And running out the field was Colin Detrick. And all right, well, that's going to wrap it up here for us here at MaxSpeedTV for Bark competition karting. Excuse me, I'll get that right. And here at Atlanta for 160 laps. And congratulations to Dale Smalley for the win.